Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning to you. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Friday morning. We have an air quality alert, which was supposed to expire yesterday. It keeps getting pushed further and further out in time. It now goes until 3 o'clock this afternoon for central and eastern Nebraska. That said, the smoke isn't quite as bad this morning. There is still some hazy smoke out there. It doesn't seem to smell nearly as much as it did a couple of days ago, but it's still out there. Otherwise, we're actually going to see a lot of sunshine with clouds that have exited eastern Nebraska this morning. So a lot of sun today. Winds not very strong for most locations. It will be a warm afternoon out there. As we get into this evening, a beautiful night ahead of us tonight. Could see some great weather for high school football. Late in the night, a few clouds moving in from the west and perhaps even some stray showers and isolated thunderstorms to kick off our Saturday morning. While there's still a chance during the day tomorrow, a better chance will come late in the afternoon as a cold front dives southward. That front kind of right in this general area here by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That front makes progress southward through the evening hours, taking the showers and storms with it, and that there could be some severe weather. Some periods of very heavy rainfall are going to be possible with that as well. And as we get later into the evening hours, they'll eventually weaken, and then eventually they'll be moving on out of here as well. By midnight, most of us will be looking at drier weather. The chances of rain will be much lower around and after midnight, but then as we get into early Sunday morning, the chances of rain start to pick back up. As the rain just kind of beginning to start Sunday morning again, it will become more widespread during the day Sunday. It'll be rain and isolated thunderstorms, and along with that, a lot of clouds, much cooler air on the way for the second half of the weekend on Sunday behind that cold front, as we're dealing with more of a northerly wind at that point. So, severe weather. There is a chance of severe weather late tomorrow afternoon and early to mid-evening hours here. The Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk of severe storms for a large part of the area, especially the heart of the Local 4 viewing area, and it does include the Tri-Cities. Large hail, severe wind gusts are going to be possible. Now, if it's like last night, probably no need to do any kind of weather cut-ins on television, but I will be working tomorrow, filling in for David tomorrow evening, and so if needed, I doubt if I'll be needed for on-TV cut-ins, but if needed, I will be here just in case. Otherwise, I may update you on Facebook tomorrow here, so you can always tune into that if I do happen to update the Facebook page with maybe a live look at some of the severe weather that's ongoing. Well, as for your temperatures out there for today, another warm one in the 80s and lower 90s in the western and southwestern parts of the area. We'll dip back into the mid and upper 50s and lower 60s by tomorrow morning. It's going to be another warm one tomorrow, back into the 80s and lower 90s, but up north, the cooler air, highs in the 70s there as that cooler air begins to dive southward. And speaking of Saturday, we've got a big Husker game out in Boulder, Colorado, and yes, I decided to choose the background picture of the Nebraska game from 4 years ago when the Big Red invaded Folsom Field. And it won't be quite that much this year, but hoping to see a lot of red there still. It's going to be a warm game, mid-70s to start the game at 11 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. By the end of the game, mid-80s. Should be dry out there more than likely with a small chance of storms after the game. We're looking at temperatures in the 50s then as we look towards Saturday night to Sunday morning. Sunday itself, much cooler with the rain taking over the area. 60s and 70s for highs. The warmer 70s in the south and the east. We'll go with upper 60s here in the Tri-Cities area. We are going to be much cooler early next week and hopefully wet as well, with some decent rain chances returning to the forecast. Not as much of no real severe weather threat Sunday or Sunday night or Monday, just mainly rain with maybe a few claps of thunder. But much cooler air heading into early next week with highs only in the mid to upper 60s. The lows start to get down in the 40s. We will dry things out. I debated a rain chance Tuesday, but most forecast models are still staying away from the rain. There's just a couple of small pesky models are still trying to insist on some rain. So I kept it out of the forecast for now. So very fall-like weather here as we begin Husker Harvest Days, Tuesday, Wednesday, the final day of Husker Harvest Days. I did throw in a slight chance of showers there, still pretty mild weather expected. So well below average, about 10 degrees below average for highs, because by that point our average high should be around 80 degrees. And it looks like we're going to stay a little bit below average for most of next week right into the following weekend. It does warm up a little bit by next weekend, but mid-70s, so that's still a little below average by that point in September. A couple of long-range models. Let's show you these real quick here. The European model. Yeah, not much today. Chances increasing to where we have at least a chance tomorrow during the day. But look at this, much better chance with the storms tomorrow evening. And then Sunday into Monday. Sunday through Monday is when we see the more widespread rain for our area. Now this model already clearing things out on Monday. Others are holding it back and keeping the rain around. But this model keeps things pretty dry Tuesday, Wednesday, and then there's the next chance of rain by next Thursday. We'll see. GFS model's a little bit different. Again, dry today. Here comes the slight chance of storms by tomorrow morning. A better chance later tomorrow as the severe weather threat ramps up. And then we see the bigger chance overtake the area, more widespread rain Sunday, Sunday night, and even into Monday. And then by Monday night, clears out. Tuesday looks dry. Wednesday looks dry. Thursday, maybe a rain chance returning to the area Thursday into Friday of next week, maybe even Saturday as well. We'll see. So that's a long ways out yet, but it does look like those temperatures will stay pretty comfortable, though, as we look down the road. Here's the forecast. I believe this is the European model. Again, warm today. Still pretty warm tomorrow, but here comes that cooler air Sunday. So early next week, much cooler air taking over the middle part of the country. And then it just gradually, slowly starts to warm back up towards the end of next week. But even then, not quite the heat or the warmth that we're seeing these next couple of days. And there may be a reload with the next shot of colder air starting to approach by Monday. I believe that's the 18th of September. A long ways out yet, so I don't want to get too really into I think it's the 19th, actually. Let me look it up real quick. Nope, the 18th of September, so maybe seeing the next shot of colder air begin to approach from the northwest by that point. But that's a long ways out, so I won't get too much into that quite yet here. But again, that's all I have for you for today. I want to thank you all for watching on this Friday morning. Again, I will be back tomorrow evening filling in for David. In case there's severe weather, I'll be letting you know about that on television and maybe on Facebook Live as well. Otherwise, you can check me out after the Big Ten football game between Charlotte and Maryland. We'll be on the air after that. So thank you all for watching. See you all again on Saturday or on Monday. Take care and God bless. Bye.